Second view of revival is that man can engineer it. Kind of an Arminian view. Like when I grew up, I still remember seeing a big ad, a whole page ad in the Kalamazoo newspaper with a man walking with a briefcase. And underneath the ad it said, he carries revival with him in his briefcase. But it was all man-made. You know, he was scheduled to be in Ohio a week later. He was scheduled to be in Grand Rapids only 2 days. Nothing in between. But then it said in fine print at the bottom of the ad, if revival breaks out, he'll stay in Kalamazoo until he was supposed to be in Ohio the next week. Well, you know that revival's going to break out. He carries it with him in his briefcase. He manipulates people's emotions. He calls them to the front, assures them they're saved even though nothing's happened. This is not revival. Revival is not the mass evangelism of a so-called Billy Graham type crusade. In fact, I had a very close friend whose name was Errol Hulse. He was a Baptist pastor in England. He just died a few years ago. He actually wrote a book called The Pastor's Dilemma. He was working with Billy Graham, literally. But he discovered that less than 5% of the people that came forward and were assured by the counselors that they were now saved. And you try to unassure someone who's been assured. That's a challenge. And less than 5% of them had any change in their life. Many of them didn't even go to church. No, this is not revival. Revival is not man-made manipulation of emotion. The third view is that revival is a sovereign outpouring of the Holy Spirit, saving sinners in truth in greater measures than is normally the case, and with greater depth than is normally the case. Normally in revivals, you see that all throughout church history, as well as here, that the conviction of sin goes deeper. Men and brethren, what shall we do? But also, the height of the embracing of Christ in the experience of union with Christ by faith is more profound.